Hey guys, it's Nivaeyah Plays, and yes, this video is a review for Little Nightmares 2. Told y'all I was gonna be back with a review for that, so let's get it started. Um, I don't even really know where to begin with this video, from the monsters to the gameplay to the story just in general. So I guess I'll just start with the story. So basically, the story is it's a different character. That's the main character this time. There's a new character introduced by the name of Mono. And yes, Mono is another tiny human as well. So we start off with Mono basically waking up in this forest, and he seems to have been uh, like transported out of this TV. And then we encounter some traps from a guy who is the hunter. Then later on, we actually find Six, who is the girl from the first one, with the yellow raincoat. And then after we get from there, they go through the town, or a shell of the town of what it used to be with the giants. Except for there are TVs everywhere for this one, and some people are hanging like they were before. You've seen people jumping off of buildings and so forth. Um, and you encounter a series of monsters during this one as well. And then from there, at the end of the game, basically what happens is Mono defeats the Thin Man with like some type of like teleportation, or like some superpower or whatever, some sort of thing like that. And then excuse me. And then after that, there's like a tower. He goes to the six go. I'm sorry, Mono goes to the tower, and then from there, basically like obviously the eyes are there all over again, but except for this time, Mono goes into this place where all the eyes are at. And then Six is found because she got captured by the tall thin man in the middle of the game, and now Mono has to try to go and get Six from the thin man. Um, so then you have to end up fighting Six at the end of the game. You end up rescue Six from this like music box or whatever that she's kind of sort of protecting. And then at the end of the game, basically Six turns on Mono and just lets him go, and he falls into like this like abyss where there's like just this chair, sits on the chair, and then he turns into the Thin Man. So I'm going to get into that a little bit later. I just wanted to just give you a rundown of the story real quick. So let's talk about the monsters of the game. So there are a lot of monsters in this one compared to the first one. A lot more monsters. So one of the first monsters that we meet is a giant, and he is the hunter. So the hunter, basically, obviously what it says is the hunter. The hunter wasn't really too scary. I felt like the hunter wasn't that bad of a challenge of a character, of a, I guess, a boss or monster to really beat in this one. Um, Except for just really just avoiding traps, obviously, because he is a hunter. Um, then I would say, then there was the teacher, and the teacher comes with two parts. So the teacher comes with two parts, which is the teacher herself, and then the teacher also has a classroom full of kids who are like bullies, but they're like porcelain kids. So I'm doing this one as like a dual kind of thing. So the teacher herself, first off, oh my gosh, nobody neck should move that long. Should be that long, okay? Like her neck should not move like that. Like she has the Orochimaru neck. Like why, man? Like why? Like why did the creators of this game give you this superbly long ass extendo neck? Like that is horrifying. Oh my gosh. Um I don't know if you guys remember, but when I played during me playing this game of Little Nightmares 2, actually no, let me not say that. When I played the first Little Nightmares and I was inside of the vents and I was like, oh, I feel like the vents are my safe place. Yeah, no, I felt violated after playing the second Little Nightmares. The vents were no longer my safe place. Thanks to the long neck ass teacher with the extendo neck. She scared the bejeebs out of me, and it took me a while to recover from that. So I literally have to stop playing Little Nightmares 2 because of the teacher, because she scared the living shit out of me. The kids, yeah, back to the kids. They beat my ass. Because they're bullies. That's what they're gonna do. Bullies are bullies, right? They're gonna beat you up. So that's how that went. The hospital. The hospital had the mannequins. And also the living hands. So that's also like a duel as well. So yeah, like I kind of had like a Silent Hill kind of vibe when I was in the hospital. From, if you guys are familiar with Silent Hill, the scene with the nurses, how the nurses react to light. So it was kind of the same thing as that, except for it was obviously the reverse. Instead of the lights triggering the nurses, when you turn the light onto the mannequins or the patients, they froze. So that was a little bit nerve wracking, but it was a little also fun too. Except for when they grabbed me, I didn't like that part when they grabbed me. But at least they didn't eat me. These are like the only things that didn't eat you when they caught you. So I'm okay with that. Let me see. So I did the school. Oh yeah, back and also in the hospital there was the doctor who was the person that was making these the living hands, and the doctor also made the mannequins as well. And first off, okay, like bro was too heavy to be up on the ceiling. Like, why are you like this obese character that's climbing on this ceiling? Like, and also, why do you have handholds in the ceiling for you to keep your balance up there? Like, why do you need to be up there in the first place? Like, who told you that it was okay to be climbing on ceilings and shit? Like, hell no. Like, why? Like, you and long neck teacher, y'all need to get together and figure out something, because like you don't even need to be on the ceiling. Like, that wasn't it. And on top of that, like, the doctor was also strong and he was lifting stuff, and I didn't like that he was lifting stuff, because like I gotta hide under stuff and you over here lifting things up. First off, you up on the ceiling and you lifting stuff off the ground. Like, nah fam, like no. Just no. Okay, the living hands kind of gave me the thing vibe from the Addams Family. Yes, you know the little hand, you know the one that walks like that. Yeah, that guy. Um, I feel like I'm missing something. Yes, I'm obviously gonna cover the Thin Man and Mono as well. Six. I feel like the whole thing with Six, like, first off, like, Six turned on me. That's number one, and I was very upset about Six turning on me because I did not like that, not one bit. But also, I mean, shock value for the story, so I can understand that, and it adds more depth to the story. So that was like a good call, because you wouldn't expect it. I guess it was one of those things, like, maybe if you thought about it long enough, then you would probably expect it. But also, if you didn't think about it, then maybe you probably wouldn't actually really think that something like that would happen. Um, Hold on one second, guys. Give me one second. I'm trying to see them. Yes, the most important one. The people who are watching the TVs. I feel like that. I'm also gonna talk about the TVs a little bit later as well too. I feel like the viewers. Oh my gosh! Like, I know I'm referencing a lot of movies when I talk about this stuff, but like, um, it was like The Ring. I felt like looking at the viewers, it kind of gave me The Ring vibe. Like, you know how like when they watch, like when Samira would come out the TV or whatever, like their faces were just like distorted and warped, kind of sort of. And that's kind of like the same feeling that I really had for the viewers, as well. like that. It was like they were being controlled by an unseen force, like they couldn't help themselves, but with whatever was going on. Um, and then obviously the last biggest one, which is the Thin Man slash Mono. So the Thin Man, yes, I'm going to say it, Slender Man. Yes, definitely gave me Slender Man vibes, especially like being telekinetic and stuff like that. Because I think Slender Man also had telekinesis too. But Slender Man didn't wear a hat like the Thin Man did. So um, there were they this one was a little bit different overall. Yes, the Thin Man struck a lot of fear into me. I was terrified of the Thin Man. So with me going through all the characters, let me just check to see if I did miss one because I feel like I might have missed one. No, I did not miss one. Okay, um, so going with that, so now I'm going to go back to uh six, not six. I'm gonna go back to the whole TV and the viewers thing. So going back to the TV and the viewers, I feel like it was uh basically a thing that has to do with modern day society, which is like people are so drawn to anything that's like social media or TVs or their phones or whatever, and they don't really know they're not really aware of what's happening because it's occupying their minds. So they're kind of like zombies in a way, and I kind of feel like that's what basically the story of Little Nightmares 2 was mostly about, was just being unaware of things because you're so drawn into TVs and whatnot. Um, which that was actually pretty dope and pretty crazy. I do like that they actually made a game with that kind of concept. And then continuing from the TVs, let's talk about the Thin Man, obviously. So, at the end of the game, I spoke about earlier in the video how Mono transformed into the Thin Man. So it seems as though maybe Mono, in all honesty, was fighting himself pretty much the whole game through the TVs, and I guess maybe just accepted what it was. Maybe someone can tell me something different. I mean, if you guys feel like you really know what it is, you guys can just tell me in the comments below. I'm glad to hear all your theories and the things that you guys think. It's always good to hear how everybody else perceives things. Um, and that was like pretty wild to see Mono transform into the Thin Man as through a time lapse. Like that was like pretty cool. It's like wow, it was like a little bit I was a little bit confused, but I was like okay, I guess. Overall, the gameplay for the game I feel like is very simple. Once again, it's still like a stage play kind of style, how there's like sets and rooms and things of that nature. And I do actually like the fact that it did not stay in the ship. I thought that this was just going to be a continuation of what happened on the ship, and it actually wasn't. And that took me by surprise. The fact that there were different locations, different areas, also made it really nice because it showed you the life outside of the ship from the first one. And the town was just like pretty much warped too, but it was still cool because you got to go to different places in the town and you weren't just stuck in one area. So that was pretty nice. Even though you didn't get to like walk around and travel, but you were still in different sets. If you get what I'm saying, like I was in a you went to the school, you went through a diner, you went through a hospital. Obviously, like I feel like a real current theme in Little Nightmares is obviously like sewers and or drains or something. So like that was pretty nice too. So overall, like I would definitely give this game a 5. Would I play it again? I probably would play it again. And I do feel that this one was a lot more scarier compared to one. But I still would consider it a thriller just because it's not so much of a scare factor. It's just jump scares or scary moments. So that's how I feel about that. What do you want? Come here. You interrupted me while I'm trying to film. I guess somebody wants to say hello. Let me say hi to the people on YouTube. So, all in all, I do think that it's a good game, and even though I didn't say this in the first one, but I would recommend this game to anyone. One and two, I would recommend to anyone, especially if you're looking for something new, something fresh, something just different. It's really nice, and it's adventurous. So I mean you win on all aspects, and you just don't know what to expect. But it is a little challenging when it comes to the puzzles, somewhat. And no, I did not see the alternate ending for Little Nightmares 2, so I don't know what happened with the alternate ending. So I'm just gonna have to look up a video just so I can see the alternate ending for the second one. Um, and that's it. I know I did tell you guys that I was going to start Hitman 2 on Wednesday. So I'm actually not going to be doing Hitman 2 on Wednesday. I'm probably just going to be playing 2K for the rest of the week. And then I will just start a clean slate on Monday of next week with Hitman 2. Now, someone did tell me that I should probably do Hitman 1 just so I can do the whole series, since I've already said that I'm going to do Hitman 2 and Hitman 3. So, I guess as much as I don't want to, I guess I'll probably just start with Hitman 1. Hopefully, it's on the PlayStation 4 and I can just download it. Otherwise, if it's not on the PlayStation 4, then I won't be able to play it, and I will just start with Hitman 2. So you guys won't know until Monday if I'm actually going to be doing one or two. So, or actually, you know what? No, I'll probably just do an update video about me actually doing it if I am able to get Hitman 1. So that's it for now, and I'll see you guys with the next game. I'm out.